Okay, so today we're going deep on Superteam Talent.
Oh yeah.
You heard of these guys?
Yeah, I've come across them, yeah.
So they're doing some really interesting things in the Solana space. And basically we're trying to figure out what is Superteam Talent and how are they changing the game when it comes to finding a job in this crazy world of blockchain.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're going to be looking at their website mostly for this deep dive, trying to kind of glean what we can about their model.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested to hear your take too, because I know you've been following Solana for a while now.
Yeah, yeah. It's a fascinating ecosystem for sure.
So let's start with the basics.
Yeah.
What is Superteam Talent? Like, how would you describe it to someone who's never heard of it before?
It's kind of like well, they build themselves as a community-powered recruiting agency.
Yeah.
But it's really focused on the Solana ecosystem. So, if you're interested in working in the Solana blockchain space, this is kind of the place to go.
Got it.
And what's really interesting is this whole community-built aspect.
Right.
It's not like your typical corporate recruiter where you just kind of, submit your resume and hope for the best.
Yeah.
They really try to build a community around talent and connect people with the right opportunities.
So it's less about like keywords and algorithms,
Yes.
and more about like actual human connection.
Yeah, exactly. They really emphasize the human element of recruiting. And I think that's what makes them unique.
So they work with both job seekers and companies, right?
Exactly, yeah. So they help job seekers find the right opportunities and they help companies find the right talent.
Okay, so we've established they're focused on Solana. Why Solana, though?
Well, Solana is a really interesting blockchain. I mean, it's known for its speed and its low transaction fees, which makes it super attractive for developers building all sorts of, different applications. And so naturally, there's a huge demand for talent in the Solana ecosystem.
So it's like a hotbed of innovation right now.
Exactly.
Which means there are a lot of job opportunities, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, so what's Superteam's, secret sauce? How are they different from other recruiters or job boards out there? Besides, this community aspect, which we have already touched on.
Yeah, well, they have a few things that they really emphasize. One is what they call career accelerators.
Okay.
And this is kind of their way of helping people, stand out from the crowd. So it's not just about getting your resume in front of the right people. It's about actually helping you develop your skills, build your network, and really position yourself for success in the Solana space.
So it's like professional development.
Exactly.
Combined with like networking opportunities and I guess some personalized guidance along the way.
Yeah, exactly. They have things like mentorship programs where you can get paired with a, senior developer in the Solana space, or they have workshops on, how to build a successful DAO.
Right.
So they really go above and beyond just, kind of the typical job board stuff.
All right, so it's not just, apply for this job and see what happens.
Exactly, yeah. They really want to invest in the people that they work with and help them succeed.
Okay. So that's the career accelerators. What else? What other kind of unique things are they doing?
Well, they also talk a lot about hidden job opportunities. And this is where I think it gets really interesting.
Okay. How so?
Well, because they're so plugged into the Solana community, they often hear about job openings before they're even public.
Oh, that's interesting.
So they have this kind of inside track on, the hottest new projects that are coming out, the companies that are hiring, and they can connect you with those opportunities before anyone else even knows about them.
So it's like they're matchmakers.
Yeah, exactly.
But for the blockchain space.
Exactly.
Okay, so hidden job opportunities, career accelerators. What else? I feel like there was something else on their site that kind of jumped out at me.
Oh, they also have this really cool model where they share their placement fees with the community.
Right, the sharing is caring.
Yeah.
Okay, so explain that. How does that work?
So basically, if you refer someone to Superteam Talent and they end up getting hired, you get a cut of the placement fee.
Oh, wow.
So it's a way for them to kind of give back to the community and incentivize people to help grow the Solana talent pool.
So it's like a win-win for everyone involved.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the person who gets the job wins, the company who hires them wins, and the person who referred them wins.
And Superteam wins too because they're building this amazing network of talent.
It's a really clever model, I think.
Yeah.
It really aligns everyone's incentives.
Okay, so we've talked about Superteam Talent. We've talked about Solana and why it's such a hot space right now. But who exactly are they trying to reach with all of this? Like, who is their ideal candidate? Is it just for like hardcore blockchain developers, or can someone with, a more traditional tech background break into this space through Superteam?
That's a good question. And actually, they seem to be pretty open to anyone who is passionate about blockchain and wants to build the future.
Okay.
They use this phrase Web3 natives to describe people who are already familiar with, the concepts of decentralization and cryptocurrency and all that.
Right.
But they also explicitly say that they welcome people who are completely new to the space. And they really emphasize that, they're looking for people with the right attitude, the right skills, and the willingness to learn.
So it sounds like they're more interested in potential than they are in, having years of experience in your resume.
Yeah, exactly. They seem to be more focused on finding people who are, driven and curious and eager to learn. And they're willing to, invest in those people and help them develop the skills they need to succeed in the Solana space.
Okay, so let's say I'm listening to this and I'm like, okay, this sounds amazing. I want to work in blockchain. I want to be part of the Solana ecosystem. I'm completely new to this. Where do I even start?
Well, they have a couple of resources that might be helpful. One is what they call the Solana Job Playbook, and it's basically a guide to navigating the Solana job market. So it gives you an overview of, what kinds of roles are in demand, what skills you need, what kind of salary you can expect. And it's a really good starting point for anyone who is just starting to explore the space.
So it's like a roadmap.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then there was also this Scouts program that they mentioned. Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. It sounds like they have a team of people who are actively looking for talent. So they're not just waiting for people to come to them. They're actually out there, scouting for people who they think would be a good fit for the Solana ecosystem.
So it's like talent scouts in the sports world.
Yeah, exactly.
But for blockchain.
Exactly. And I think it's a really cool initiative because it shows that they're really committed to finding the best talent, regardless of, whether those people are actively looking for a job or not.
So they're basically trying to identify people who have the potential to thrive in this space, even if they haven't even considered a blockchain career before.
Exactly. Yeah. I think it's a really forward-thinking approach.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think we've covered pretty much everything. Any final thoughts on Superteam Talent before we wrap up?
I think it's a really exciting company, and I think they're doing some really innovative things. This whole idea of community-powered recruiting.
Mm.
I think it's really powerful, and I think it has the potential to really change the way that people find jobs, especially in the blockchain space, which is, moving so fast and is so dynamic.
Yeah, and I think what's so cool about what they're doing is that they're not just connecting people with jobs, they're connecting people with a community.
Yeah, for sure.
They're connecting people with resources. They're connecting people with opportunities to learn and grow. And I think that's really what sets them apart. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, I want to be part of this, head over to Superteam Talent's website, check out their job board, see what kind of opportunities are out there. Maybe even reach out to them and see how they can help you. Because it really seems like they're invested in helping people succeed in this space.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, if you could build any project on Solana, what would it be? And what kind of team would you need to make that vision a reality? Maybe Superteam Talent could help you find those missing pieces for your blockchain dream team.
Ooh, that's a great question to leave people with. I like that. All right, well, thanks for joining me on this deep dive into Superteam Talent.
Yeah, my pleasure. It was a fun one.
It was really interesting. Until next time.